What's going on, guys? Sean Harness here, stepping in for another video. Thank you for tuning in. Today I want to jump away from the conversation about finance and business and talk to you guys about something a little bit less intrusive. Family. Look at us. Y'all, as you know, we just recently got married. We're super happy. We're excited now to be officially building our own family. Like, wow. And this topic is personal to me because, coming from a single parent household, I'm successful in some regard. So, not to say it can't be done, but let's be honest. Coming into a two-parent household, man, as we know, you have access to more resources and better able to thrive. Today, I want to talk to you about some of the lessons I've learned and also used in the dating process that allowed me to find and also build with my wife, Dr. Nina. This video will be helpful to those not just looking to gain the most out of the dating process, but also just looking to grow more meaningful relationships. So stay tuned. What's going on, guys? Sean Harness here, and thank you for joining me today. Hey, brief introduction for those of you who are new. Professionally, I'm a business strategist, also an engineer. I started this channel some time ago, mainly because my goal was to help you secure the wealth you deserve in your everyday life. So on this channel, I like to have discussions about personal finance, about career, so climbing the corporate ladder, about business, and about lifestyle. So to be transparent, guys, a guy like myself living in a household with a professor and a psychologist, I feel like lately I've really started to learn a lot about research. Guys, I've started to do my own research about topics that I feel like are very important to me. Something that I learned is that there are 5 areas, right, that contribute to poverty in some sort of way. These 5 factors rarely occur in isolation, but also in some way, shape, or form are interconnected, which transparently and personally, I have experienced some level of that somewhere in my family. So this is why I love that topic, because I will never get tired of hearing about a thriving young and also us thriving young Black family. I want to tell you guys some of the dating secrets and techniques that I've learned and also used in my dating experience, where I was able to meet my soulmate and cultivate that relationship. So first, be careful about your expectations with someone. Something that I learned through the course of time when I was kind of like finding myself and also just learning through the dating process was that it was always important for me not to overshoot. I always wanted to, let's say, get married and have this relationship where I was able to grow in a family. There was a point in time where that goal became so important that it almost gave me anxiety. And what I learned from that process is that, it's okay if it doesn't work out. It's okay if you meet someone and you're not 100% aligned. Don't think so much and be so bent on the success of the relationship that you forget to have fun. You forget to just spend time and genuinely let the relationship kind of mold itself. Moments and experiences are what, in my opinion, help you to truly get to know someone. So something else I find very important is that you don't give all of yourself all at once. So I'm not saying that you don't show up as your best, right? That's not what I'm saying. Sometimes we can give too much of the very best of us, but also the very worst of us too early in the dating process. From a best perspective, I'm thinking about sometimes you have some really good qualities about you, right? It's probably what attracted that person to you in the first place, which is not a bad thing. However, there's probably some deep qualities about you that are really good that everyone, they just don't deserve to get. And so when I think about that personally, I think about some of the things from myself in the dating process that I just didn't give away all of that right up front. I tend to be a person who I've been told that I'm a pretty relatively good cook. I ain't give her all of my great and best recipes all at once. Heck, I don't even think I cook that much. And not to say that I would never cook, but I was still getting to know her. So number 3, match the energy of your potential person. Story time, guys. Me and Nina's first date. Check this out. So very early on, her and I met online. A lot of you guys know that. We met online. We had a very good text conversation over the course of the dating app. And so eventually we got each other's phone number, and I mean, we were talking a good period of time. I don't like to wait. I like to move forward. If I see something that I like, I'm very assertive like that. I said, hey, you want to see each other tonight? Let's go out on a date. So I asked her out. So she turned me down. I laugh about it because she told me she had to wash her hair. But I was crushed at the fact that I wanted to go out with her that night and I wasn't able to. Because get this, I was only here in Houston for the weekend. Very, very specific about not putting a lot of pressure on us going out. I didn't know by then if she was interested in me because she turned me down. During the first part of the day and that whole day, I didn't reach out to her at all. I needed a little bit more from her from an energy perspective for me to know that she was also interested. So she, the next day, reached out to me via text and said, hey, how are you doing today? You want to kind of link up and go out today? We talk about matching energy. So in the very beginning, I was very interested in her. So I gave a little bit by of course, asking her out. She was, in fact, also interested in me, her coming back, and we ended up going on a date. And again, the rest is history. So here's another lesson I've learned to use. Action over everything. So when I think about that, I think about some of those guys and also some of the young ladies who promise certain things and they don't come through. No follow through. They say they're going to go on a date and then they cancel last minute. Or they say they want to get to know you, but there's no effort, no actual effort to show that this person wants to get to know you. I'm very traditional in a sense where I feel that it's very important for me to not only say what I'm going to do, but also intentionally show you what I'm going to do with action. When I was dating Nina, and it was very early on, she knew I wanted to get married. She knew I wanted to have a family. She knew that at this point in my life, I wanted to date someone seriously. She also knew and saw from my actions that I put forth that I made sure that she was never confused about where I was, where I wanted to go, and where I was going. So another way that I was able to cultivate our relationship is confidence. This is from an image perspective. So all the way down to, let's say, how I dress, making sure that I was well groomed. I mean, making sure I smell good, like the basic things, but those other, I like to call them the onion effect, where you begin to have layers about you that kind of gives off more to you than just meets the eye, right? And so lastly, guys, I showed up as the best version of myself. And then I was able to manifest a great, fruitful relationship with Dr. Nina, right? For, I would say, a good 6 to 7 months, I truly worked on myself. First, focusing in on my mind, right? So that's from the spiritual aspect. I went to church more often, listened at church, and applied a lot of those lessons that I learned in church. I listened to more motivational people as it related to, say, mentorship or podcasts or YouTubes that helped to pour into me and gave me some of that positive energy that I needed. Also, from a perspective of the mind, I went to therapy and I went regularly. I truly did the work to make sure I was healed from previous relationships. I really started to get just really big on fitness. What that did for me is that took me from a perspective of shaping and sculpting the body, but it also helped me to just think more clearly because my mind was sharper. I was drinking a lot more water. My diet and what I ate and put in my body was more whole foods, more pure foods. So because of that, I was able to really sharpen my mind and be on point. So guys, I noticed that doing all of these things, right, it helped me to be ready before I even met Dr. Nina. So I have some people that reach out to me and they say, well, I'm glad that she was able to grow you up and help you to grow in that regard. And I always like to correct them and say, no, I had to be grown up before I was even able to present the best version of myself that mirrored that energy from her as well, because she showed up as the best version of herself too. Guys, thank you for joining me today. I really enjoyed this conversation. Hope you enjoyed it too. Be sure to like this video if you found value in the content. Also share it with someone that you feel that could benefit from the information. Also, be sure to join the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when I get ready to post new content. And until then, I will see y'all in the next video.